Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us on News 13 this weekend at 5:30. I'm Madeline Bierster. Tess Rowland has the evening off. We begin tonight with a child abduction and robbery that involved multiple agencies across the Panhandle. Early this morning, the Panama City Beach Police arrested Stacy Greer of Missouri and Sade Jackson of Jackson, Mississippi, after an incident occurred on Front Beach Road. According to reports, Greer and Jackson entered a motel room where Greer's ex-girlfriend was staying. An argument began over a child that Greer and the victim have in common. Greer then began to batter the victim. After the victim attempted to leave, Greer flashed her a gun, took her phone and the child, and left with the child and Jackson in the passenger seat. Officials began the search for the two suspects and the child after the vehicle sped away from the scene. They were later found in Chipley at a convenience store. The child was unarmed. This investigation is still ongoing and further charges are pending for these individuals. According to the Marianna Police Department, on New Year's Day, they responded to a call of an armed man firing rounds at people. Around 10:30, officers were called to the address on Thornton Lane. Officers soon after located James Bell at Peterson's Grocery on Carter's Mill Road in Marianna. Several different guns and different weapons were located inside of his pickup truck. Bell was taken into custody without incident but refused to cooperate with law enforcement conducting the investigation. Bell was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and discharging a weapon in public. COVID-19 vaccines are continuing to be distributed right here in the Panhandle, and Bay County is following suit. There is an online registration on the Bay County Health Department's website, and vaccinations will be made by appointment only. Health Department officials say more details will come this week, which is much awaited. And in Bay County right now, the vaccinations will go to frontline healthcare workers not affiliated with hospitals and persons 65 and older. You can call the Department of Health at 850-872-4455 to set up an appointment. The New Year's Eve holiday is traditionally a busy time for airports, and here locally, Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport, they saw those effects as well. The 4 different airlines available at the airport all service travelers this New Year's holiday, with the most popular days being nationwide being Thursday and Friday. ECP Airport saw those crowds come through their terminals. Families and couples all spent the past several days traveling to see loved ones and celebrating the beginning of a new year.
I think what we saw at the airport was an average to above average number of people went through the airport. The initial reports show that we're level or maybe a little bit above. But once we get those numbers in, we'll be able to talk more definitively about the holiday weekend.
McClellan says the official figures for this holiday weekend should come in on Monday. Well, Cape San Blas residents started off their new year with a chilling tradition. The 5th annual Cape San Blas Polar Plunge was held this morning. Although it was cloudy and slightly breezy, residents wore bathing suits and festive apparel to jump into the Gulf. It was around 50 degrees Fahrenheit this morning when participants plunged in the waters. Many said the water was actually 10 degrees warmer than just the air, so the added breeze made diving into 2021 exceptionally cold. The plunge typically takes place right on New Year's Day, but was postponed due to inclement weather. The owner of the Scallop Cove in Cape San Blas, Greg Matney, who started this tradition 5 years ago, said it's a refreshing way to ring in 2021.
We're a tight-knit community out here, and we like to get together and celebrate any event, and I think it's just a great way to kind of rinse off the old year, start afresh with the new year.
Last year.
Yeah, especially 2020.
Matney says he hopes 2021 will bring health and happiness, as well as the ability to have group gatherings once more. Next year, he hopes to see more join in and take part in this Cape San Blas tradition. Likely every American exhaled after midnight on January 1st. Unfortunately, mental health struggles either brought on or worsened by the pandemic did not end with the conclusion of 2020. Medical professionals look back on 2020 as it was a tough year for many, saying they saw a lot of seasonal affective disorders after many missed out on being around their loved ones. Many medical practices say they saw volumes of mental health calls that they have never seen before, and more new mental health diagnoses than in years past.
The season's getting darker, and we know we have a lot of seasonal affective disorder also. So all those things combining with not being able to be around friends and family has really taken its toll on people. Our virtual hub goes to our 15 emergency departments. And in November of 2020, we had approximately 3 times the volume that we had in November of 2019.
If you are not able to make it to a doctor with the current conditions the country's in, they're advising those that are struggling to set goals and resolutions to look forward to during this new year. Well, Bay District schools will be resuming instruction tomorrow. Students and teachers will return to finish the first semester of school in the morning and will continue to learn through either brick and mortar schooling or Baylink for the next 2 weeks until the anticipated transition is made, doing away with Baylink schooling option. That transition will officially begin on January 19th as the second semester of school begins for the district. Well, one family's young child is suffering from multiple different conditions and is pleading for a donor. Learn how you can help.
High pressure is in control, and what's that mean for your forecast? We'll be checking it out next.
You're watching News 13 with Tess Rowland. Sports with Emma Stamps. And First Alert meteorologist Melissa Thomas.
As we begin the new year, many people are making New Year's resolutions to focus on the year ahead. But how about making the resolution to save a life? That's exactly what one local family is hoping for by finding a matching stem cell donor for their son. Next Star's Audrey Hassan joins us now with their story.
It's hard to talk about, and it's something hard to ask.
But Jessica and Eamon Ansari find courage in hope.
It's a chance at life. It's a chance for him to grow up and be happy and healthy. And
At just 5 weeks old, Noah developed multiple infections, leading doctors at Nationwide Children's to diagnose him with a rare immune deficiency called Wiskott-Aldrich syndrome.
You have low platelets, which make it hard. He has a risk of bleeding or he can't clot easily. And then also immunodeficiency. So he is receiving IVIG, which is basically an immune system through IV.
Affects 1 in 1 million boys throughout the world.
Not only is Noah's genetic disease extremely rare, it makes him prone to infections and bleeding, making milestones like learning to crawl and walk a concern for these parents of two.
If he falls or something like that, and hits his head, he can have, big complications.
So the urgency to find Noah a bone marrow transplant increases every day.
The good news is with a bone marrow transplant, if everything goes according to our plan, it is a cure for him.
Be the Match Registry searches more than 35 million donors worldwide. So far, there are no ideal matches for Noah. So Jessica and Eamon remain hopeful for new donors every day.
You could save somebody's son, daughter, grandma, grandpa, whoever it is. It's really the ultimate gift.
If you'd like to help save a life this year, it is free to join the Be a Match Registry. If you're between the ages of 18 and 44, you can text Save Noah to 61474, and Be the Match will mail a cheek swab kit to your home. We've also posted a link to this registry on our website, mypanhandle.com.
Now, your first alert storm team forecast with meteorologist Melissa Thomas.
Our atmospheric moisture map shows that our clear skies that we got to enjoy today are due to all this dry air in the Panhandle. Clouds is very, very, very hard to form when you have this much dry air in the Panhandle. And that is all thanks to our high pressure just off to the east. And then, of course, the exiting cold front off to our east. Ooh, let me correct that. West. East. I have a problem with my lefts and rights. But as that cold front exits to the east, we have been allowed cooler and drier air for it. We are rain-free in the Panhandle, but with that cold front stalling and dropping as much rain as it did late into the week, into this weekend, means that the Apalachicola River is in minor flooding stage. So any communities in and around that want to be careful on the roads or any highways near it that could be affected by the little bit of a rising of those waters. The temperatures are cool as well, thanks to the same cold front that has exited to our east. 57 in Apalachicola, 55 in Blountstown, 54 in Mariana, as well as Panama City, 53 in Defuniak Springs. Tonight, we're going to be chilly, and there's a little bit of extra factors that can contribute to the inland temperatures getting even cooler. We're going to have winds from the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour. If that, they could very likely be calm as well. When you pair calm winds with clear skies, well, and all of that heat just radiates right off of the Panhandle, which could allow some spots inland to reach or just go below under freezing. So a very cold evening is in store. Slightly warmer by the coast in the upper 30s, lower 40s. And then tomorrow we maintain these mild temperatures in the upper 50s, lower 60s. We're calm and pleasant once more. North-northeast winds 5 miles per hour and mostly sunny skies for the start of the new week. Our beach forecast shows that we do have wave heights of 1 to 2 feet, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, and there's a moderate rip current risk, so always check the flags if you are out on the sand and you have the day off. You want to be careful with that rip current risk. The seas are 1 to 2 feet, calming down as well. High pressure is only going to allow them to calm down even more through the next couple of days. Our bays, a light chop, north-northwest winds 5 to 10 knots, mostly sunny skies. And that is all thanks to the high pressure. We're going to keep the pretty pleasant conditions through the next couple of days. Monday afternoon, still mild, still rain-free. And then an area of high pressure moves in for Tuesday even. Tuesday and Wednesday morning, cold mornings. And then the sunny skies in the afternoons, mild temperatures. There is the next cold front setting up to bring some rain throughout Thursday, which then should clear throughout Friday. With these southerly winds out in front of that cold front, you can also expect a slight warming trend leading into Thursday. Coastal week ahead shows just that. We stay mild along the coast in the 60s, morning lows in the 40s. The rain chances on Thursday. This cold front not looking to stall like our last one did, but definitely going to bring some rain around. Stay tuned through the week for any thunderstorm details, but for now we're looking like just some rain, some rumbles of thunder, And then a little bit of a cool down on the end puts a halt to that warming trend. We get up into the low 60s inland by Thursday. We're back in the 50s by Friday. But by no means is it setting up to look like an Arctic blast of air, because our lows on the back end of that looking to be relatively mild. Definitely back into the 30s. It's cold, but it's not going to be a hard freeze. Not this far out. It's not looking like that.
Okay. That's good news. Always good news when it's warming up.
Yeah. And you ready for the sunshine to help with the warming?
Absolutely. Those are my 2 days off, so I plan on enjoying the sunshine.
We'll grab a layer in the mornings because it still will be chilly.
Okay. Will do. Thanks, Melissa. Well, today soccer players took to the field in hopes of making a new